Well, hello guys, welcome back. You know that bill I told you I wasn't going to pay? I wasn't going to pay it. I don't have to. There are things as an adult you can't always do. It's one of those things I can't do right now, so there's no sense sitting here crying in my coffee about it. And I didn't feel that great all day. I felt terrible. I'm sitting here like I'm a terrible human being. How did I fall down so far? Then, of all the things to make me feel happier, I watched a video on millennials. Which the person being a millennial argued that one, it's stupid to typify and stereotype every generation, which it is. I'm Gen Xer, I can say that. What did they call us? Emo slackers or something? Something like that. We didn't do anything but hang around skate parks. Are you kidding? I can't even look at a skateboard, I fall down. Anyhow. They were talking about one of the reasons that, millennials are portrayed as being more depressed, and they are the most depressed generation, is because of social media. It is a depressor. It makes you feel like shit. Child didn't use that bad language. I will. And also because of what inflation has done. All of us, no matter our age, are making crap wages today compared to what our parents or grandparents made. They could make a living off of one job. Isn't that freaking insane? So of course we feel bad and we feel like failures because we're just not making any money. And, I was it was kind of bittersweet. I used to take my rating check and have fun with it. I did get one or two games, discounted games, really crap games. But most of it went to putting food on the table. So between that and what you guys pay out on Patreon, thank you. I got powdered milk to see me through the winter because black ice and the old lady don't mix. And I got some other stuff like some oils to make baths and candles, which helps some magic. And I got some. What did I get? Oh, today I got fruitcake and I got gold coins. The kind you can eat. Unfortunately, I found this great deal on Walmart and they turned out to be, kitty tokens. And they were sold as chocolate coins. I've noticed a thing on Walmart, I might as well tell you all. Be careful what you're buying. Read the description every freaking single time. They're selling posters of food. They're straight up selling posters of food, and it's not cheap either. It'll be like $24.95 for this poster, and it's not actual food, it's a poster. Why you would want a poster of food instead of food, I have no damn idea, because it's not even a good looking poster. It's just they stole the image off of another Walmart seller. So please be aware, that's out there. And it was actually good, because I'm like, I made the right decision for me, because I would like to be able to buy food. To buy food when I'm hungry, to put, if my friends end up wanting to do the Christmas thing, I can take a little tiny gift out, nothing luxe, but a tiny gift. And since there's so much chocolate in that freaking box of chocolate, I might, take them up 2 bags of coins and a card, and they're good. They're set. They know I don't have much, so they're not going to really expect a present. I think that's why she told me not to bring a present, but everyone else was just staring at me at the party. Awkward. So yeah, it was the right decision for me, and Loki had to let me make that one on my own. The bad part of being an adult is you run into times where you don't know how to adult. And Loki wasn't helping. He wanted it to be my decision, because if he had forced me to live in deprivation and live without enough food to eat or something so I could pay this damn bill, I would have resented him. And if he would have made me, and it's hard to make me do anything, but if he would have made me not pay it so I could put food on the table, I would have just resented and hated him. I had to come to this decision myself. Owner's insurance for you young people sucks. Between my parents and me, we paid it for 50 plus years, and had we just put that money in the bank instead of listening to some fast-talking insurance salesman, we would be rich today, but we were stupid. I'm not saying give up your insurance and spend the money on Pokemon Go or something, but in happenstance, every disaster we have had, we paid for out of our own pocket. Somehow, it was always a natural disaster or an act of God. God's a douche. So, get hit by lightning. But yeah, it's like, this God person is a real dick. He goes around wrecking stuff, and your insurance company never has to pay for it. But we're feeling better. I was kind of depressed during the day until I dealt with that. And then I'm like, it's absolute freedom. As soon as I put it in the garbage and I took the garbage out to the garage and I came back in, it felt lighter. I mean, and I love it this time of year now. At first, I didn't know what to do with warm weather for October. I'm enjoying it, is what I'm doing. It's going to be in the 70s all this week. It's going to be in the 80s all next week. I'm loving it. Now it does, since it's October, it does go down to the 40s and 50s at night, so it is a big temperature drop, but then I just, swan around in my long sleeves. So we're really enjoying it, and I was like, it's Friday, it's October, it's Halloween season, we should be enjoying ourselves. Why am I so down? And that's what it was. I was trying to apply my parents' generation ethics to my generation. It doesn't work. My parents would have paid that damn bill no matter what. If they had to eat ramen and not eat at times, they would have done it just to pay a bill to be good people. I'm like, screw you and your bills. I'm not paying it. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go have food. We'll worry about bills later. So yeah, that's a difference in people, though. And you can't really say, as the video said, you can't really say generations, because there would have been sensible people my parents' age that would have went, well, we can either eat Matilda or pay this bill. I think we're going to eat this month. And that's pretty much what it is, thanks to my parents' wonderful decision making. I will never get out of college debt, so I'm like, yeah, I'm paying the college debt you wonderfully saddled me with. I can't pay for this shit too. Sometimes life's expensive and you have to choose what you have to pay. If you ever gotten behind on a student loan, it's like they're gonna have the mafia come break your legs. So I'm like, yeah, I would rather pay this shit than have to deal with the insurance company. So, we're actually happy. We're gonna deal with it. And like I said, situation improves, I might pick it back up. Probably not. I like having money to, like, go buy food. Actual food, not pretend food. I've been getting so sick for the last week or so, and I was like, I don't know why. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm buying all pretend food. I usually eat like that, but it's funny. Your emotions play a big part in it. If you're choosing to eat like that, it's fun. Party every day. If you're eating like that because you can't afford actual food, it's like, it really takes a toll on your tummy. Like, I've really noticed a difference between getting everything out of cans and eating that way and getting everything fresh. Fresh might seem boring and stuff, but sometimes you need fresh too. And I'm like, when's the last time I actually bought fresh food? And fast food doesn't count. I'm like, it's been at least a year. It has been at least a year. I mean, I buy cookies at a bake sale and that's it. I'm like, when's the last time I bought a fresh vegetable? I can't remember, because those were the first things to go. But I'm not complaining, guys. I'm usually pretty happy with my lifestyle, but there are some times when you're like, damn, I would like to be able to afford fresh meat. When's the last time I bought fresh meat or fresh vegetables or fresh anything? So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Loki's very pleased with himself because he's a practical god. He's not going to sit here and cry with me over the tragedy of not paying a bill because I can't afford to pay that bill. It's just like going to Vegas. You're paying this bill in case a disaster that they will cover happens. I can't sit here at night and cry because I can't pay for all the other insurances that exist today that didn't exist when I was younger. There was no such thing as appliance insurance or insuring your electrical lines or your cable line or your gas line or your water line. Greedy people invented these insurances. They never existed before because the company took care of stuff. Now it's your fault. So, we're doing good. And Dionysus has been poking around because he came to me in a dream this morning and was kind of reminding me of the gods can look like and act like whatever they want. They can be whatever gender they want. The more I get to know him, I think Greek gods hide their intelligence really well. Gods have to be vastly intelligent compared to us humans, and yet they do a pretty good job of acting around humans because I think they don't want to make us feel uncomfortable or stupid or something. And the more I've been getting to know them and getting away from studying the stories, the more human and accessible they sound. Because the first time I used the term human towards, one of the Greek gods, the first thing I did was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he's like, "No, that's what they want. They don't want, seen as these intellectual, inaccessible, perfect statues, these static, unchanging gods are not like that." I personally think that the stories came down to us from the decay of the empire. I don't think we have any of the earliest stories or any of the earliest worship because they don't seem to be the kind of gods that would want worship that just seems like drudgery or worship that's based on fear. They don't seem like those type of gods. We know now, for example, we know weather patterns exist. We know natural disasters exist. We know the gods have nothing to do with that, but at one time they just didn't know any better. Every time a natural disaster hit, they blamed a god. People still blame gods. They usually blame Loki for everything. Loki's back there, "Yeah, they blame me for everything. I'll do anything." He does a lot. I go, "No, I don't." He does a lot. He'll do more than your share. I don't. So that's the genius I'm dealing with. And we're feeling better. I have a marker that I won't mention, but I know I'm bored and frustrated now when I'm just looking at certain things. And I was like, yep, I'm bored and I'm frustrated and I'm tired and I feel like I can't change things. So I need to figure out what it is that I'm bored and tired and frustrated about. So we'll be better. We'll actually be better off without that burden on us that we can't shoulder because there are those incidental penny ante taxes that they send all the time. This area, they love their taxes. And now they tax video games. What is that bullshit? Yeah, they just started doing it on Steam and, well, they at least do it on Oculus. I'm like, what is this bullshit? So yeah, you need to have money to put food on the table, to clothe yourself, to pay your utility bills, to pay your rent. Sometimes other stuff's just incidental, whether or not other people tell you need it. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.